Hey guys, welcome back to Punishing Grey Raven. The game has been out for about a week now, and I wanted to take a break to make a video talking about some of the common mistakes to avoid for newer players, but also as we progress further. So let's get into it. And first off, we did just hit 40,000 subscribers on the channel. It is growing ridiculously. It's actually today or tomorrow that I'll do the community post for our previous 35,000 subscriber giveaway. So we do have another giveaway in this video. So basically, be subscribed, leave a comment, and you'll go into the draw, and we'll do the draw in a community post about a week after now. So be subscribed so you can see that community draw feed and see if you get the win. But once again, big shout out to everyone in the Punishing Grey Raven community. I can't believe the growth in about a week. So thank you guys very much. Anyway, let's continue. So the first thing that I want to mention is the mistake of taking it too seriously if it doesn't bring you enjoyment. The game is a PvE game, it's fun. Yes, there are ladders that you can push, but the most important thing is having fun. So the one thing I want to suggest to players is don't just go with what the meta is. Whenever you pull a character, unfortunately you can't test characters until you pull them, but if you pull a character, have a play with them, see if you like the play style, because enjoyment is everything. And honestly, most things are viable, and being good at a character is going to be really good for you anyway. So for instance, me here, I pulled this A Karenina. I wasn't going to play her, but then I tested her and I absolutely love the combat. So now she is my main character on this account. So definitely experiment, play with things, find something you like, because it is a PvE game and having fun is the most important thing. The next one is combat, and that is in the early game, most players will just leave their main DPS in the whole time and just attack like that, because obviously they're the main upgraded one. If we look at my characters here, you can see that, you know, I've got 1839 on her. These two are very much weaker. So I just leave her in and I can normally get through all the campaign without swapping pretty easily. Now, when you get to the stage of building more characters and your supports are built up and you're going into the challenge modes, you're going into things like Pain Cage and Warzone, swapping characters is going to be very valuable. Reason being, you don't want to just leave that one DPS in if you've got decent other characters in the other two slots, because when you swap your character out, they will the cooldown will keep running down on their perfect dodge, allowing them to enter the matrix, but also they'll keep regenerating orbs. So by swapping almost on cooldown, depending on the situation, you can actually get more output from your characters, because once again, they're generating those orbs, they'll come back in with more orbs, you can do more damage, and then they're also getting those perfect dodges, which means you can swap characters, get that perfect dodge, get the free 3 ping, and away you go. Next up is a bit of a different one, but just bear with me for it, and that is going to be, it normally affects mobile players, but everyone can get this. It is volume and screen brightness. Don't play muted and don't play with low screen brightness. It makes a huge difference. The game is a generally dark game as it is. The theme is very dark, and with low screen brightness, it is really hard to see things. You will notice you play a lot better once you increase that screen brightness, especially for mobile players. And volume is huge. Having playing it muted feels like you're playing it almost blind, because not all, but most of the enemy characters, especially in melee range, they have a very distinctive audio cue to when they're about to attack. And you can start to just use that audio cue as your guide without worrying too much about specifically watching exactly what they're doing. So visual and audio, having that screen brightness up and volume up, very, very important. Next up is a very basic one that I'm pretty sure everyone's across. I made a specific video about it, but that is don't spend your black cards. Especially if you're free to play and trying to save for the new banners, you want to save all your black cards. Now, if you're a spender, you can go ahead and spend them on whatever you want. For me personally, I still buy stamina refills, because stamina refills is going to give you more stamina, which is going to give you more experience, which is going to get you through things faster, get your characters more powerful, all that good stuff. So just note, if you do go to buy stamina with black cards, it does decrease in value each time you purchase. The first purchase is 30 black cards for 60 serum, which is 2 serum per 1 black card. And then the black card costs go up by 10, but the serum returns go up by 5. So you're getting worse return every time. So just keep that in mind if you go to do it. I sit at around the 4 refresh, for reference. But black cards, something you definitely want to hold out on and not really use them on the normal banners or on these limited banners unless it's a character you really want to go for, which for most people is going to be the first one, is going to be Alpha. So hold out on spending those black cards. Next up is a very little one, but I've stung myself on it a couple times, and that is don't just come into missions as soon as the daily resets and click collect, because the first one is going to give you 60 stamina, and I have often put myself over the stamina cap, and that's just the tip in general. Don't overcap your stamina because then you're not regenerate anything. So you just want to keep your stamina burnt and only collect it when you need it. If you have serum and stuff like that, or if you buy the monthly card and you have some in the mail, don't collect that 90 stamina from the mail unless it's until it's not going to bring you up to your stamina cap. Next up may seem like a little one, but trust me, it's burnt me before in many games, and that is don't leave it till the end of the day to do your dailies. You want to do them first thing. The reason being is sometimes life gets in the way. You're like, oh, I'll do that later. The basic dailies, besides the stamina ones, which obviously you have to play to do, you can upgrade a piece of gear, you can upgrade a memory, you can upgrade a character, you can interact with your construct, you can go to the dorm. All those things take you like 2 minutes to do all of them, and you can claim all that experience. Whereas if you leave it and go, I'll do it at the end of the day, and then you get caught up, you can lose out on a bunch of experience, which really sucks. Now, the other thing with this game is their maintenance. Well, the first maintenance we are getting is going to be a 5-hour maintenance, which starts 5 hours before the reset. So effectively, if you jump into the game and you're like, okay, I'm going to do my dailies now, maintenance is on, you don't get a chance after that maintenance to finish your dailies, and you're screwed. So just get those dailies done early. Next up is another one that I've touched on in another video, but we're going to talk about bounty missions. And don't go into the bounty missions and just collect and accept whichever one that is there. You don't have to choose from the 3 that it gives you. You have a refresh button. Unfortunately, I've accepted all mine, so I can't jump in and show you. But up the top right, near where the event info is, there will be a refresh button. You get 7 refreshes per day, and these reset weekly. So you can come in and you can refresh. If you don't get any that you like, don't worry. Now, as for what to go for, I like going for ideally the ones with 60 of the summon cards. As you can see, this one, the top one, that had 60. The other 2 have 50. I'm happy to settle for ones with 50, but you definitely don't want to take anything that is not S rank, because the S ranks give you 160 XP, which is just free experience that you're going to miss out on. If you choose something that's an A, I think you get 140, B, you get like 120, something like that. So you don't want to miss out on the free experience in the bounty missions. Next up, we're looking at general farming. So as you want to do, you want to progress through the campaign in the game, and eventually you'll hit points where to get to the next stage of campaign, you've got to reach a level. For instance, for me, I need to reach level 45 to continue in the campaign. And this is when most people just go into farm resources. Now, I wouldn't recommend farming the memory resources here. Obviously, everything you can complete. If you haven't completed a stage, for instance, this one, I haven't completed it yet, you're perfectly fine to jump in there because you need to complete it anyway to unlock the next stage. But I try and avoid farming this one until I've unlocked the 4th level. Reason being, when we look at the drop rates, especially the level 1, like I just never farm that. You got no chance of getting a 6-star memory. Then we've got a 4.1, then we've got an 8.2, and then we've got a 17% chance at level 4. So I find it more valuable to actually farm other things until that point. Where I spend most of my time farming in the early game when I'm waiting for levels to progress in campaign is actually the overclock equipment. Now, I'm not saying this one's the best. You can choose whatever you want. I just find the memory drop one, it's just, these ones scale with the level. You're just getting the resources, but it's scaling. Whereas that one, you're just getting a really low chance at the actual thing you want. So the overclock material unlocks level 3 very, very early in the campaign, meaning that it's the one that you get to level 3 first, and so that's where I spend most of my time farming. Plus, we do also have a bunch of the missions in the event missions, which require you to upgrade, in the story missions, which require you to upgrade and overclock equipment. So just by farming that overclock one, I've just got what I need ready to go for when I want to do these, or when I have the memories that I want to upgrade. Next up, we're looking at character investment. Now, it's perfectly fine to build your 3 main characters at the start of the game and keep building them up. You can normally maintain a 4th as well without any issue. For me, I don't think you really want to invest into more than 1 set of the 5-star memories. Now, I've invested in this set. Most people are going to need to invest in a set to get past the 5-8 boss, because that's the first little cap where you sort of need to creep your power up a little bit to be able to beat it, because it's a DPS race. After that, you can pretty much cruise. So for my plan is not to really upgrade any more 5-star memories besides these. There are some 5-star memories that are useful on support characters and stuff like that. Ones that, you know, buff your damage, buff your elemental damage, all that sort of stuff. But it depends on how much you want to rush. If you're in week 1 trying to rush Phantom Pain Cage, get top scores in Warzone and stuff like that, then there might be a reason for it. But for most other players, if you're happy just to wait, I'd play casually, not upgrade too many of the 5-star memories, and just wait until you get to that stage in campaign where you are farming stage 4 of the memory drop stage and you get your 6 stars. And once you start collecting those 6 stars, then you make your sets, then you upgrade them. I just don't think it's worth investing all the resources into the 5 stars when you could perfectly clear campaign with literally a set looking something like this. And the final tip we have is sort of reiterating the first tip, and that is don't rush it. If you just want to chill out, enjoy the story, and that's what you enjoy, go ahead and do that. I enjoy trying to rush through. I'm trying to do some free-to-play progression on my other account and stuff like that, and experiment on this one. Play the game how you enjoy it. Don't get forced into meta and stuff like that. Yes, Pain Cage and Warzone are a thing, but keep in mind, they do reset. So for instance, for me, I haven't really been focusing on Pain Cage or Warzone at all on either of my accounts, because I'm just cruising through, enjoying the game, enjoying the experience of the game. Now, I do enjoy Phantom Pain Cage and Warzone, but like I said, I'm playing the way where I don't want to upgrade 5-star sets. I'm waiting to get my 6 stars, so I'm not too fast on trying to push ranks and stuff like that. Yes, these things are fantastic, and don't just ignore them unless you really hate them, because you do get good rewards from them, and you can purchase, for instance, you can purchase shards of characters. So you don't want to just ignore these things, but early on, enjoy the progression, because it's a game about having fun. So make sure you have fun. Anyway, guys, don't forget to be subscribed and leave a comment to enter the draw. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.